Events and
You guys
concerts.
will
There
take
you
the
go.
lead.
Okay, a question about events and concerts, sporting events. Do you go to them or avoid them like the plague? It's the latter for me. Avoid them like the plague. But if I am going to go, I'm going to go to the neighboring streets or in the neighborhood somewhere that I can park easily and kind of coax my passenger to walk to me, because there is not a chance I'm going to any event with the current setup. It's just disaster. You're going to do one ride, get maybe $10 out of it, and that's the end of that. Because the surrounding neighborhoods surge as much as probably the event site. So to me, avoid it like the plague. How about you, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, how about you?
I like that, Sergio. I mean, I think one thing that I talk about in my book too, and that I've always said is like, obviously there are, there's a lot of demand at these events, but like kind of how easy it is to get in and out. I mean, even a good example for those that are driving here in Los Angeles, right? If you go down to, God, I'm blanking on the name, in Carson, where what's the name of that stadium, Sergio?
Oh, LA Galaxy,
LA Galaxy, right? Where
yeah,
the LA at the Home Depot Center, right? Where the LA Galaxy
yeah,
play.
disaster.
It's a disaster getting in and out of there. But
Yeah,
I did pick up a passenger once there, and I did that exact thing, right? Like there's a bunch of side streets, right? So you literally,
yep,
it's like, hey, and the way you call them matters too, right? If you're like, hey, come find me, it's like kind of a dick thing to say, right? But if it's like,
yeah,
hey, how does this benefit the passenger? You have to put it like people are selfish, right?
of
Drivers,
course,
passengers, everyone. So you have to sort of say like, hey, if you walk to me 5 minutes, this will save you 20 minutes, right? Or this will save
100%.
you time. This will save you money. So that's sort of what I would do whenever I was over there at the Home Depot Center, because there's a bunch of side streets. It's not like Dodger Stadium where there's only
Yep,
one way in and
yep,
out. There's like a bunch of ways in and out if you just walk 5 or 10 minutes. So I know I did that with a lot of success. So I like
yeah,
the event strategies, but you can't do what everyone else is doing, basically.
yeah, exactly. And then it's just like LAX, right? I used to do this all the time. I mean, before LA exit, where the passengers would have to walk or take the bus to go, get picked up. We know the death loop up there, right? It's just
Yep.
disaster. I mean, it's just you can't get in, you can't get out. It's impossible.
And
So I would
Sergio,
tell
didn't
them,
I just emailed you about my
I
airport
did,
strategy that I
I did,
like,
I
right?
wrote it, I wrote it,
All
sent
right.
it
Do you
to
want to
Melissa.
explain that one? Because I think it's good for, if
Yeah,
you're an Uber Black driver in Los Angeles, but a lot of other airports don't have that LA
yeah.
exit lot. So tell everyone what I told you or what I asked you
Sure.
to
Yeah,
look into.
so I did this LA driver's guide for RSG, and it was missing the part that, Harry pointed out to me this past week. So LAX, for whoever is in LA, they know obviously one of the worst airports on the planet, but now it's become the second busiest airport in the country, right behind Atlanta's Hartsfield Jackson. So it passed O'Hare. So, LAX is built in the 70s and it's just not meant for all this traffic that it's trying to absorb. So there's two levels at LAX. Upper level is departures, lower level is arrivals. So when you're dropping off, obviously, as a rideshare driver, you have to drop off upstairs, which is the departure level. But there are certain days, like Monday mornings, God forbid, you get a ride to LAX. It's going to take a half hour to go through the loop. And it also depends if you can use the cutoffs at LAX, but that's a different story. But so let's say, I look at my Google Maps and it's ridiculous. It's like blood red. And I would tell the passenger, look, I'm going to take my tags off. You act like you're my friend, because we're not allowed to be downstairs, drop off downstairs, which is the arrival side. Arrivals would be wide open, not too many
Yeah.
flights coming in. And I would take them there, drop them off, get out. And sure enough, they'll tip me because they just saved solid 15, 20, maybe sometimes
Yeah.
30 minutes.
I mean, sometimes it's literally, Sergio, it's like a 30-minute
Yeah, bro.
difference, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like I
No
live
joke.
30 minutes from the airport. So as a passenger, I've gone to the airport, it takes 30 minutes, and it takes 30
Oh,
minutes
yeah,
to
yeah.
get to
Yep.
Tom Bradley, which is, like the fourth terminal, basically.
Yep. Yeah. So if you're flying American, I will not pick you up, which is
And
a
then
fourth or
that
fifth.
strategy works in reverse too, right? Like if it
Absolutely.
doesn't work at LAX for UberX because they have the LA exit lot, but any airport where you can pick up
Yep.
passengers, right? Like, and there's two levels of arrivals and departures, right? You can actually use Google Maps. Google Maps does a pretty good job telling you what the traffic is like, and it knows whether you're going up or down, for
Yep.
example. And so you can actually say like, hey, if you see that it's gonna be 30 minutes of traffic or 20 minutes, or a solid solid red. You can call that passenger or text them, or, and sort of, again, put it in words. I don't think a lot of drivers say it that well, but it's like, hey, I'd love to save you 30 minutes by, just walking upstairs, for example. Right. And it's like, oh, that's a no-brainer. So
yeah. So
all right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club, with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.